Good afternoon and welcome to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion Lacrosse. Mike Forbesano here as the Pope John Junior Lions get set to take on the Lenape Valley Patriots. Pope John 4-0 on the season, and they are getting ready for opening faceoff. We will go over rosters for you in the early part of the game, but for right now, the teams are setting up. Pope John in their home white uniforms trimmed by gold and blue, and they're going left to right on your screen. Meanwhile, Lenape Valley, the Patriots, are in their red uniforms trimmed by blue and white, and so they're going right to left. Home opener for the Pope John Junior Lions, 7th and 8th grade here, and we are getting underway as on the referee's whistle. They will start with the face-off. Dante Lamb will take it for Pope John. Now whistle, and it's decided that Lenape Valley infracted, so Dante Lamb will take it up the field, and he charges. He goes ahead and passes off to Johnny Kranga. Get the shot. He scores! Johnny Kranga, only seconds into this game, puts Pope John Lions up 1-0. Assisted by Dante Lamb. Lamb charging up the middle of the field and passing it off to Kranga, number 40. And he rips it past the goalkeeper of Lenape Valley to give the Lions a 1-0 lead. So Lamb will go ahead and take the face-off again. Again, no clock here, but we are keeping tabs of the score. And here's Lamb crossing up the field. Pass to Kranga. Kranga tried to get a shot off, but 65 of Lenape Valley would have none of that. So the pass goes out to Hayden Marshall on the left side. Marshall's number 35 for Pope John. He rolls to his left. Pass off to Kranga. Kranga back behind the back. And the pass to Aiden Hicks, and it just wouldn't get there. And so Lenape Valley was able to take it and pass it up past midfield. So, number 77 for Lenape Valley, being defended by 22, Kellen Nelson for Pope John, is picked up by Matt Riley, number 12. He loses it, but it's recovered over by number 25, Ryder Gerval. Gerval will pass it up to Hicks. Ball's on the turf. They're swiping at it. And there's Ryder Gerval picking it up, going ahead, passing it up on the right wing. Now in the middle to Marshall, just out of his reach. The ball's on the turf. Justin Perrell trying to scoop it up. Now the pass goes over to Marshall on the left side. Hayden Marshall with it now. Number 35 for the Lions. Over to Gerval. Gerval back to Nelson. Nelson waiting for Hicks to drop down below, and he passes it off to Perrella instead. Perrella being defended by Lenape Valley there behind the net. Now the pass back behind to Kranga. Kranga rips it. He scores! Johnny Kranga, goal number 2 on the game. And that gives the Pope John Lions a 2-0 lead. So Kranga, who scored 5 on Friday against Warren Hills and a couple yesterday against Hackettstown, on the offensive charge again. 2 goals for Kranga and 2 for Pope John. They lead it by a deuce. 2-0 Pope John early, first quarter here against Lenape Valley, the Patriots, and Lamb will take the faceoff. This is the home opener for Pope John in this lacrosse season 2023. Pass up to Kellen Nelson. Nelson will roll to his left. The shot on goal. He scores. Nelson puts it in the bottom right corner of the net. Past the goalkeeper, and it's 3-0 Pope John over Lenape Valley. So while we have a break between faceoffs, let's go ahead and start the roster here. We'll go with Aiden Hicks, number 2. Andrew Jessamaria, number 24. Connor Clifford is number 7. Dante Lamb, number 23. Emilio Barranco, number 33. Evan Wanamaker, number 1. He have the golden helmet along with Clifford, both of them. Those nice shiny golden helmets. Frankie Spagnola, number 8. Johnny Pippin, number 39. Hayden Marshall, number 35. Michael Forbesano now into the game with the blue number 2 for Pope John. So you got Hicks with the gold number as the new jerseys this year, and Forbesano, I guess late to the party getting a jersey, so he was able to go ahead and get one with the number 2 on it, but a blue one, differentiating himself from Hicks. So here is Lamb moving up the field, takes a shot, but it fans out of his cross, and that's Hicks who gets belted by a Lenape Valley player, and so he hits the turf and an infraction on the play against the Patriots. It's going to be number 9 for Lenape Valley. He'll go off for a minute, and Pope John with a power play. Continuing the roster, after Hayden Marshall, 35, we have Jack Seeger, number 3, Johnny Crangan, number 40, Justin Burrell is number 10, Kellen Nelson, number 22, Matt Riley, number 12, Michael Morelli, the goaltender, he is wearing number 45, Nick Boyanowski, number 41, Ronnie Ziegler, number 42, Ryder Gerval, number 25, Sal DiNarco, number 5, Steve Leonard, number 20, Ty Plotz, 44, Victor Fiore, number 4, Zachary Cash, number 6. And the head coach of the Pope John Junior Lions is Christian Vosa. Coaching staff, Chris Hoffman, Chuck Gervald, and Matt Emmering. Program coordinator, Beatrice Pippa. So number 23, Lamb behind the net. He'll pass it out to Kranga on the left and up to Plotz. Plotz with the shot, and he scores! Plotz scores at about the same spot that the last goal came, right in the bottom right corner of the net. And so Pope John goes up to a 4-0 lead. You know, the Lions did this against the Hackettstown Tigers yesterday, scoring 7 in the first quarter, and kind of hitting cruise control after that, and they were able to ride off comfortably to a 12-3 victory. And again, my apologies. We had some audio technical difficulties yesterday in the fourth quarter of that game, so there was no audio on the feed that we were streaming. So between then and now, I went out to upgrade the equipment, the wires hooking up, and we went ahead and did a little upgrade on the video as well. And so hopefully we won't have those problems again. So just in case you didn't know, 12-3 was the final score yesterday. Pope John over Hackettstown. Ball comes loose and it goes back to the left side of the field in Pope John territory. Andy Jesamaria going to scoop it up there, and he has it. Takes it from 75 for Lenape Valley, and he's able to move up the field. Jesamaria with the pass into Lenape territory. Over to number 40, Johnny Kranga. Kranga up the left sideline. Johnny looking for a spot to shoot. He does. Fires. A save by the Lenape goaltender, number 95, if I read that correctly. That's intercepted by Pope John, and Kranga has him. He's held up there about 10 yards away from the goal. And he is hunched over. Guess he took a shot. We're going to see if he's okay. Referee coming over as well as Coach Vosa to go ahead and make sure that he's all right. Okay, so Kranga removing his helmet. He's on the sideline. He's walking off under his own power, which is good to see. But definitely rung his bell there. So he will take a break, get a bit of a rest, some water maybe. So Pope John will take over. Marshall has it at the top of the left side of the field in Lenape territory. Again, Pope John going left to right on your screen in their home whites for this home opener today. Ball goes over to Clifford. Clifford to Hicks. Rolls in towards the goalkeeper, and there's a scrum right in the crease area. The referee blows his whistle. I got to say, it's Lenape ball. So Patriots will take over. So the ball thrown all the way down the field, and it rolls into Pope John territory, but scooped up there by Jesamaria, but only briefly. Does come over, however, the plots. Now it goes back into Pope John territory, and Lenape Valley picks it up. 75, knocked out of his stick by Matt Riley. Riley, number 12. From the center of the field, down the right sideline, up to Hicks. Aiden Hicks with the pass over. Now Hicks gets it back, the shot on goal. He scores! Aiden Hicks with the pass from Justin Perella. And Hicks is able to put it into the back of the net. Pope John leads 5-0. So the Lions jumping on Lenape early in this game, just like they did yesterday against Hackettstown. Lions 4-0 on the season to this point, having defeated Del Barton, Kumpf Middle School, Warren Hills, and Hackettstown. Now looking to go 5-0 against Lenape Valley. This will be the last game they have on the schedule until May 3rd. They'll be back here Wednesday, May 3rd at 4 p.m., where the Pope John Lions will take on Del Barton, the Green Wave. Penalty on the play against Lenape as Sal DiArco has on the left side. Substitutions for Pope John as DiArco and Perella and Formisano out of the game. And now coming in, we've got Plotz and Kellen Nelson, Clifford. Craig is out there, along with Hicks. Pope John starts it up. There's Nelson on the left side, looking to roll in. Pulls it back now, gives it to Clifford. Clifford intercepted by Lenape Valley. That's number 83 for them. He's able to scoop it up. Actually, 88. Numbers are tough to read. It's dark blue numbers on a red uniform. So dark on dark is always tough to see, just like light on light would be as well. But more contrast, the better. Shot on goal. He scores. Looks to be Kellen Nelson on the goal there. And it's 6-0 Pope John. Lions jumping out in this one. 6-0. Lions on top of the Lenape Patriots. So DiArco comes in for the face-off now. It'll be against number 66 for Lenape Valley. 6 early goals for Pope John in this one. They're up by half dozen. Okay, DiArco out of the face-off circle now. And they're going to start with Lenape taking the ball from midfield. So no face-off at this point in time. With a 6-0 lead, Lenape will just start with the ball. So, Patriots moving into Pope John territory. It's number 73 running up the right sideline. Now back behind the net it goes. Patriots control it there. Number 77 rolling towards the near sideline now. Being defended by Emilio Barranco. That goes back behind the net. Lenape setting up a play. Ball comes into the crease area, and Morelli's able to scoop it up and hold on to it. So Michael Morelli takes the ball and gives it over to Evan Wanamaker. Wanamaker charges up the field. The shot on goal. He scores! Evan Wanamaker into the left portion of the net behind the goalkeeper for Lenape, and it is 7-0 Pope John over Lenape Patriots. Timeout on the field. Lenape going to talk things over. So, midway through the first quarter, and Pope John leads 7-0. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion Lacrosse. And it looks like it was actually the end of the first quarter there instead of a timeout. So As we look to switch sides now, Pope John will be going right to left on your screen. 7-0. The Lions lead over Lenape Valley. Mike Formisano here, calling today's action. Thanks so much for joining us on this beautiful, perfect picture day in late April. Partly cloudy, but 65 degrees. You could not ask for better. Very soon it'll be getting hotter out, and it'll be summertime, and a little too much sometimes. But for people who love summer, perfect. This is more my speed. 65, maybe a little cooler. Anyway, beautiful Sunday afternoon as Pope John has a 7-0 lead heading into the second quarter against the Lenape Valley Patriots. Again, the next game for Pope John will be Wednesday, May 3rd, here at Pope John High School against Del Barton. If you can make it out, please do so. If not, we'll be streaming the game for you live, 4 p.m., Wednesday, May 3rd, and that will be before the MetLife tournament on Saturday, May 6th. We'll be there for those games as well with you. Pope John wins the face-off, and Sal Diarco rolling the ball up the left sideline, trying to scoop it up, but it does go out of bounds, and so now Lenape Valley will take over. Rules of out of bounds, just like any other sport, except when you're shooting. If you shoot the ball and it goes out of bounds, the rule is if you're closest to it, then you get to maintain possession if you're the offensive team. It doesn't just automatically go over to the defensive team. Here's Bronco. It pops out of his stick, but he recovers. And now passes up to Pippa. It's out of his reach. And there's Leonard fighting for it. Leonard gives it to Pippa. Ball's on the ground. Pippa now has it. It's up in the air. Tough to scoop the ball up off that turf sometimes. Ball kind of bounces around, and not the easiest thing being able to scoop that up. Kind of think of picking up an egg with a spoon. Here's Marshall with it. 65, Lenape on as well. Ball comes out to Marshall. Here's Hayden. Hayden with the pass to Perella, just out of his reach. He's on the left side. He loses the stick, and the ball goes towards the back line, but Lenape's able to recover. Lenape chucks it down the field towards the sideline, almost right in front of us. And there's Javald. As he picks it up, number 60 on him at the whistle. They're going to say Pope John ball as Ryder Javald, number 25, picks it up. Passes it down to Marshall. Marshall on the left sideline. 7-0. Pope John leads. No jokes, please, about the touchdown and the extra point. Here's Formisano up top on the right. He'll roll to his left. 60 on him. Formisano trying to cut in. Pass to Marshall. Intercepted by number 56, or 65, actually. Again, tough to read those numbers on the Lenape jerseys. Lenape Valley has it on the left side. They'll go ahead and pass it downfield. Up to 90. Barranco in there. He'll try and scoop it up. 1-on-2, but Barranco comes out with it. Good play by him. And he'll pass it up to Clifford. Connor Clifford, number 7 now. Takes it towards the midline, and there's Lenape Valley, number 78. Ball's still loose. Pope John Lenape fighting for it. It's on the turf. And Barranco able to scoop that one up too. But it comes right back out of the cross. Again, very tough to hold on to those balls. And now Pope John will charge up the field. There's Cash with it. Zach Cash trying to pick it up. It's on the turf as Lenape knocked it loose. Towards the crease, there's Formisano. He's got it right in front with a Lenape player on him. Now he knocks it forward over to Marshall. Marshall's able to scoop it up the shot high over the crossbar and out of bounds. But Clifford is closest to the ball. And so Pope John will start it up. No, it's going to be Lenape. Lenape, actually, they said, is closest. So they'll pass it down the field. Rolls all the way towards the Pope John net. And Andrew Jessamaria with it, number 24 from Pope John. Jessamaria with the long pole, leads up the field, trying to get to the midline. He crosses midfield and into Lenape territory. Here's Jessamaria on the move. Knocked out of his cross. Tries to pick it back up. Scrum for it. And Lenape comes out with it. It's knocked out of his stick by Jessamaria as what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And now 78 loses the stick. Ball goes out of bounds. And so Pope John will take over. Nice hustle by Jesse Maria on the play to be able to knock that loose from 78. And Pope John has possession. 7-0 Lions lead over the Patriots. As for football, you'd never expect to see the Lions over the Patriots. That's Detroit and New England. Here, it's Lenape Valley versus Pope John. And the way Pope John's been playing this year, this is very much an expected outcome so far, as Pope John has been on the warpath all season long. Lenape moving the ball up the field. As Cash trying to pick it up. Ball's loose. Morelli will come out of the crease, try and play it. It's tipped. And so Lenape has it now behind the net. 65 with it. Good defense by Cash. Ball comes up the field and it goes over to Pope John. And when Dante Lamb picks it up, I'm sorry, that's Barranco. We got a whistle. Fraction on the play. And so we'll see who's it against. Number 24. Thank you, ref. Number 24. So Jess Maria called for the infraction, and so we will start up with Lenape Valley with possession. Pass off on the left sideline. Cash picks it up for Pope John, and he'll charge up the field. Zach Cash. Now to pass all the way up into Lenape territory. That's Perella with it on the right side. Perella. It's knocked out of his cross, but he picks it back up. Turns back around over to Leonard. Steve Leonard. Pass back to Diarco. Sal Diarco with it. Sal coming in. The shot on goal. Goes out of bounds, and so Pope John will take it from behind the net. Good shot by Diarco, but goalkeeper able to get a piece of it and knock it out of bounds. Goes back to Marshall. Marshall back to Diarco. Being defended by number 60 for Lenape. Now the ball's knocked loose, and the Patriots trying to pick it up, still on the turf. Having problems scooping that up. Now Lenape finally takes it. Pass up to number 65 for Lenape. Leonard's there first for Pope John. Goes towards the sidelines, and the whistle. And the ball's going to go over to Lenape. Midway through the second quarter, Pope John leads 7-0 over the Lenape Patriots. Cashed in on defense there on Lenape Valley, and he's able to scoop it up and take it away only briefly, however. Still fighting for it right on the sideline, and it will be Lenape ball. This is number 85 for Lenape. Pass out to the left, and it's knocked down by Pope John. It's Cash with it. He loses possession to 85, however. Defends the play. Goes over to the left side. There's Jess Maria chasing it down. Andrew's able to get it. Jess Maria passes it out to Cash. Now to pass crossfield to Bronco. Emilio Bronco, and he's defended. Stick up in the face of number 49 there, and we play on. Bronco's able to take it away, and he rolls out to his right. Towards midfield, and up to Hayden Marshall, number 35. Marshall will take it. Marshall leading the charge. Hayden Marshall coming in. The shot on goal. He scores! Hayden Marshall puts it past the goalkeeper of Lenape on the right side underneath the cross. And so Marshall's goal makes it 8-0. Again, a dominating first half performance by Pope John for the second game in a row. They did the same thing to Hackettstown yesterday. They had control of the Warren Hills game for most of it. However, Warren Hills was able to hang a little better than Hackettstown and Lenape have so far, and we will see how things turn out as we go along, but right now, Pope John dominating this game. Here is Lenape coming up the field, number 91, knocked out of his stick on the turf. It is about 2 or 3 Pope John players in there on Lenape as well. We got a whistle. A big problem with the Friday night game at Warren Hills, not the cold, although it did get a little chilly, but it was the whistles. It was the amount of infractions that happened, and mostly, I hate to say it, but mostly on the side of Warren Hills. Pope John did have a few infractions as well, but every 5 seconds there was a whistle for something that Warren Hills was doing, and so it really did slow the pace down to a crawl in that Friday night game. Here's a pass in front. The shot, he scores! Gervald able to tuck it in underneath the crossbar, taking the pass from Clifford. Gervald's goal, now 9-0. Pope John over Lenape Valley. No, this sets up a very intriguing matchup for Pope John if they're able to hold on to this game and finish up with a 5-0 record. The next game they have on the schedule will be the Del Barton Green Wave, and that was one heck of a matchup out in Del Barton High School to start the season. Here's number 91 for Lenape. The shot in on Morelli. It's knocked down. Lenape poking at it. Trying to go ahead and shove it home or scoop it up and be able to put it in. Lenape does have it. It's right on the side of the crease. They try to push it forward toward Morelli, but no dice there. Bronco picks it up and passes up to Formisano. There's Michael Formisano charging up the field. He gets a stick in from 91, so he shoves it over to the right side of the field. And here comes Pope John. The Lions charging up the field. Looking for a shot there by Perella. The shot. He scores. Justin Perella puts Pope John into double digits. It's 10-0 Lions over Lenape Valley. So as I was saying before, that Del Barton rematch set for Wednesday, May 3rd, 4 p.m. And, the Green Wave had a lot of control in that first half of the game. They were up 4-1 to my memory, and I believe it was 6-3 at one point. But then all of a sudden, Pope John woke up in the second half and came alive. Everything started to gel for them, and they were able to take a 13-9 victory. Here's Lenape right in front. Ball rolls over and taken away by the Pope John defense. That's Sal DiArco. Pass up the field to Marshall. Out of his reach. Good hustle by Marshall to get there, however. Takes it up on the left side. Sets the offense. Gives it to Clifford behind the net. Here's Connor Clifford with it. Over to the right. Back to Clifford behind the net. Now to Formisano. Formisano bounces off his cross, trying to scoop it up, but Lenape right on him, and they're able to take it away. And so here come the Patriots up the field. Number 66 for Lenape Valley. Pass off, goes behind, and the player falls down and goes out of bounds. So it'll be Pope John ball. Remember, we're on turf here, so it's not like grass. It's not always true. So if he took a step back with his shoe, he could have just easily tripped over the turf. It does happen. Here comes Pope John, leading the charge up the field. 10-0 they lead here late second quarter. We got a whistle, and that's going to be called against Lenape. No, it's called against Pope John, and so Lenape will take over. After the Del Barton game, we'll be at MetLife Stadium for a tournament there on Saturday, May 6th, so we ask you to please join us for that. Either at the game in East Rutherford if you're in the northern New Jersey, New York area, or just catch us streaming. We'll be broadcasting the game from MetLife Stadium. Actually, it'll be a bunch of little games, just like the Riverlax tournament. Whistle on the play, and that looks to be halftime. So, halftime here at Pope John High School, and the Lions have jumped out to a 10-0 lead. We'll be back with second half action here from Sparta, New Jersey, right after halftime. Enjoy, and we'll see you at the beginning of the third quarter. race. It is 10.
Yeah, we're listening to it. It's the greatest thing ever. Like, we got you live and
Kind of gives a little yeah. This big thing is the kids are going to be able to enjoy it later on if they want to.
Oh yeah, I'm like writing down like vehicle 109, you know.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You kind of trace as well as write about it.
Yeah.
There's one goal over there. But you know, we started doing it. I started doing it with Michael's hockey at Skyline back during the pandemic. We're only allowed to have one parent in the race. And so everybody got a string, so each parent returned. So when I did it, I was like, "You've done this before. Let me go ahead." We did. And people loved it. They go, "Cool. Go ahead and have what kids do." So yeah, I'm never gonna coach. Because coaches are awesome. I would never have paid to do it. You don't just coach kids, coach everything else. So couldn't do that. There's other things. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this.
My fiance watched it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah, his grandparents are in Vegas.
Yeah.
So is his other, you know, and they can't watch it. But now they watch it. You had to follow it. They never even come out for a game.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. No.
Thank you.
I'm doing Charlie's football in the fall and then whatever else. I've had people come and you're awesome. I'll be happy to do it. Yeah. I would do it on YouTube, but you need like 1,000 people to follow.
That's the other coach. I don't know. His son.
Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion Lacrosse, 7th and 8th grade. Mike Formisano here, calling today's action as the Lions in their home opener lead 10-0 going into the third quarter. Pope John at 4-0 this season, looking to go 5-0 as we start the third quarter. And we'll go over rosters in the early portion of the third quarter, but for right now, we have the Lions going back to the left side of the field. We'll be traveling left to right on your screen. And they are in their home white uniforms today, trimmed by gold and blue. Lenape Valley in their road reds, trimmed by blue and white. And they're going right to left on your screen. Dante Lamb back out the field to take this face-off against number 88 for Lenape Valley. We start the second half, 10-0. Pope John looking to go 5-0. Referee's talking to the centerman. Lamb, the center midfielder for Pope John. It's been a face-off whiz all season long. And again, he wins that one. And he goes forward. And here he comes. Lamb down the field. He'll roll to his left and pulls back out and slows things down. Beginning of games, he's gone right towards the net. And more often than not, he's scored. Here's Nelson over to Perella. Perella on the right side. Perella with the pass behind. Over to Kranga. Johnny Kranga. Got a couple of goals to start the game today. He had 5 against Warren Hills on Friday night. A couple against Hackettstown yesterday as well. Here's Nelson. Nelson rolling up the right. Over to Hicks. Aiden Hicks. Pass to Perella down below. Perella behind the net. Now over to the left side to Kranga. Kranga faking out the defender, number 69 on him for Lenape, and he's able to pass it back to Nelson. Pope John playing a little keep away right now on Lenape Valley. Taking their time, looking to set something up. Here's Hicks. Over to Perella. Perella's got Marshall in front of the net. He passes it out to the top wing. That looks like Kranga. Kranga coming over to the right side of the field now. It's not loose of his cross, however. Good defense by 69, but Kranga able to take it back up. He passes it off to Nelson. Kellen Nelson, number 22 in on the left side. Now back behind the net. Goes over to Hicks on the right. Hicks with the pass. Over to Lamb. Lamb runs it in. Back over to Perella. Perella behind the net. Perella over to Nelson on the left side, being defended by number 77 for Lenape. Nelson will roll to his right. He comes back up top. Nelson fires, and it's wide to the left post. It goes out of bounds, but Pope John is closest, so they'll keep possession. 10-0, Pope John leads. We are early third quarter here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon here at Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. The Lions looking to go 5-0 on the season. With a 10-0 lead, they are in the driver's seat. Here is Lamb with the shot. Goes wide to the right post and off the back fence. And Perella is closest to it, so Perella will take it for Pope John. He plays it right back in. There's Kranga. Kranga now behind the net. Defender on him. Pass out to the left to Nelson. Here's Kellen Nelson. Nelson started the season on fire. He had a hat trick in the game against Del Barton and has been offensively consistent ever since. Perella now behind the net. One of the big reasons why they won that Del Barton game. A lot of different reasons, however. That offensive spark really helped. Here's Nelson up top. Nelson coming in, looking to set up a shot to Marshall. He's knocked off the ball at the last second by number 65 for Lenape. Rolls towards the sideline, and the Patriots will pick it up. Now the ball's loose. Pope John trying to jump on that. And Lenape does instead, and they fire it all the way down the field to get it out of harm's way. And they finally do, but the referee whistle. Infraction against Pope John, and it will be Lenape ball. So Lenape will start it out. Ball comes out number 69 for Lenape. Marshall in there fighting for it, trying to get it back into Lenape territory. However, Lenape is able to recover. They have it on the top. Being defended by Marshall. 69 trying to turn it around. The ball's knocked out of his cross. And it's going to be Pope John ball. Pope John will take over. We are heading towards the midway portion of the third quarter. 10-0. The Lions lead over Lenape Valley. Here's Nelson. Nelson will pass it back to Perella behind the net. So Pope John in Lenape territory again. Here it is to Kranga. Kranga on the left side. Looking to set up a shot. He'll turn back around. Over to Nelson. Nelson to Connor Clifford in the game. Clifford, number 7, over to Hicks. Hicks, number 2 for Pope John. Back to Perella. Perella in. That's Kranga coming from behind the net. He fakes it. Now comes over to the right sideline. Kranga even with the goal there. He'll pass it back behind to Hicks. Aiden Hicks with it, number 2. Hicks over Clifford's head and heads towards the center field line. But Kellen Nelson will get it before it crosses over. So back into Lenape Valley. Pope John goes. There's Nelson. Got a defender on him. Rolls to his right. Nelson looking to come in. He's got 78 on him. Now back to Perella. Perella behind the net. Over to Clifford. Off of Clifford's stick, and Lenape Valley will take over. Patriots into Pope John territory now. Here comes number 69. The pass way out of the reach of 73. And it goes out of bounds. So unforced error on Lenape Valley. And ball will go over to Pope John. 10-0 Lions lead over Lenape Valley. Pope John with their next game being back home here against Del Barton on Wednesday, May 3rd. Then the MetLife games on May 6th. And then they'll head into the second half of their schedule. Finish up quickly. It's all going to be over before the end of May. So if you want to get out here to take a gander at this excellent lacrosse team, now's the time. Here's Lenape moving into Pope John territory now on the left side. Got D'Arco on him. D'Arco knocks it loose of 78. Great play by Sal D'Arco. D'Arco passes it up to Hicks. Hicks moving up the field now. Hicks with the pass to Kranga. Kranga with it. is whacked on the back by number 76. No call. We play on. Here is the ball over to the left side. Now over to Hicks. Hicks back to Javald. Javald with the shot. Saved by the Lenape goalkeeper. Good save by the Patriot netminder, and so he'll pass it up. It goes over the midfield line, and Lenape takes over. Wanamaker on. The Lenape forward with the ball. Coming in. Shot on goal. Hit the post. That rung iron, and so Morelli's shutout stays intact. We will not talk about that like we did yesterday against Hackettstown. I feel like I jinxed it a little bit, so we'll keep our mouths shut about that. 10-0, Pope John over Lenape. Here's the shot, and he scores! Justin Perella able to put it into the back of the net past goalkeeper number 99 for Lenape. And Pope John now up to an 11-0 lead. So first goal of the second half for Pope John. It comes about midway through the third quarter. So with the big lead, Lenape will start out with the ball trailing 11-0 instead of a face-off at midfield. 11-0, Pope John leads. Ball's loose on the turf. 75 trying to pick it up. You got Diarco over there. Diarco takes it away. Sal Diarco knocked out of his cross. Comes right in front, but is picked up by number 12, Matt Riley. Riley up to Clifford. Clifford with the pass to Kranga. Kranga on the left side. He's got wings with him. Kranga looking to pass it off. Nobody to pass to, so he'll take it, and he goes behind the net there. Kranga with a pass now over to Perella. Perella with the lone second half goal so far for Pope John. Here's Kranga. Rolls out to his left. He's looking to go up top to Clifford, and he does. Connor Clifford, number 7, charges up the middle. Clifford coming in, cutting through the defense. High over the crossbar and out of bounds. Clifford just slicing through that Lenape secondary, and so he's able to get a good shot off. However, it sailed high of the crossbar. But Pope John is closest, and they maintain possession. Here's Javald. Ryder Javald passes off to number 2, Aiden Hicks. Hicks with the pass up to Perella. Perella now over to Kranga. Kranga with the ball past Clifford, and it's out of bounds. Right past us, and goes out of bounds, and so Lenape Valley will take over. I had maybe about 5 foot more reach. Could have stopped that. Maybe. Here's number 91 for Lenape Valley coming in. He's in on Marshall. Cuts past him. Now through a second defender. 91. Oh, it's knocked out of his cross at the last second, but we got a penalty on the play. And so when Pope John's Michael Morelli scoops it up, we got a whistle. It'll be infraction. I believe it's on Wanamaker. He did, however, prevent the goal. So as the Lenape attacker was coming right in on Morelli and very close to the net, and then all of a sudden took a whack on the stick, and so goes out of bounds. Well, I got stopped to play. I'm wondering if this is the end of the third quarter as both teams head back to the sidelines. It very well could be. Me losing track of time. So we're going to say it's the end of the third quarter right now. If it's not, I'll let you know. I don't think it's a timeout. So end of the third. Pope John leads 11-0 over Lenape Valley. We're back with fourth quarter action from Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey, right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. For Pope John Junior Lion Lacrosse, Mike Forbisano here, calling today's action. Thanks for joining us as we start the fourth quarter with Pope John up 11-0 on the Lenape Valley Patriots. Pope John at 4-0 in the season, looking to go 5-0. We will go over the rosters. I promised that in the third quarter, so let's start it now. We'll go over number 2, Aiden Hicks. 24s, Andrew Maria. Number 7 is Connor Clifford. 23, Dante Lamb. Emilio Barranco, number 33. Evan Wanamaker, number 1. We'll get back to the roster after the faceoff. It's scooped up by Pope John. Sal Diarco with it. He charges down the field. The shot on goal. Kick save by the Lenape goalie. Nice save by number 62. He was able to knock it out of bounds. Formisano's closest to it, so he'll take over possession for Pope John. Formisano coming in. Pope John in their white jerseys, trimmed by gold and blue. They're going right to left on your screen. Lenape Valley in their reds, trimmed by blue and white, and they are going left to right. Here's Diarco in. Diarco with the shot. He scores. Sal Diarco puts it into the back of the net. And Pope John up by a dozen. 12-0. All right, continuing with the roster, we left off what? Evan Wanamaker, number 1. Frankie Spagnola, number 8. Johnny Pippa, number 39. Hayden Marshall, number 35. Jack Seeger, number 3. Johnny Kranga, number 40. Justin Perella, number 10. Kelly Nelson, number 22. Matt Riley, number 12. Michael Formisano, number 2, with dark blue 2 instead of the gold. We'll pick up the roster in just a bit. Here's Lenape Valley on the left side of the post. Pass out to number 85. Gets a push in the back with a shot, and it's on the goal line. Morelli, it got behind him, but he was able to smother it before it crossed the goal line. So good second effort by Morelli to keep this an 11-0 game. Here is Gerald. Gerald racing up the field in the middle, rolling over to his right. Gerald with the pass to Marshall. Marshall whips it. It's deflected down by number 9 for Lenape Valley. He'll take it there. And he'll try and give it to his goalkeeper, which he does. And so that gives Lenape Valley a chance to reset. His pass all the way up the field, out of the reach of number 49, but he catches up with it. He charges up the right side. 49 coming into the middle of the field. Defended there by Andrew Maria. Ball comes up towards 90. Barranco on him. Emilio Barranco trying to scoop it up. And he does. Good defensive play by Barranco. Been very talented being able to pick up those balls down there and everything. When it's on the turf, he's usually able to come away with it. So, good defense by Barranco. Here comes Lenape Valley up the field. They go back into Pope John territory. Home run pass to 63, just out of his reach. Maria all over him, along with Cash. Ball still on the turf, and Maria comes away with it. Maria with the long pole, running up the near sideline, trying to get out of Pope John territory. He's knocked loose, but he's got coverage by Barranco, and Barranco's able to pass it off to Diarco on the far side. Sal Diarco across the center field line, into midfield in Lenape territory. Now over to Steve Leonard, over to Formisano on the right side. Formisano to Marshall. We got a flag on the play, and so Lenape scoops it up, and we got a whistle. And it's going to be against Lenape Valley. So we continue on with the fourth quarter. I believe it'll be a running clock with the score the way it was, the way it is. It was like that yesterday with the running clock in Hackettstown. Fourth quarter is Pope John led by a pretty large amount. It's even bigger today. So here's Gerald. He'll start from the left side. Comes in towards the Lenape net. Being defended by 66. Knocks it loose. Ball's on the turf. Scrum for it. Diarco picks it up. Diarco turns back around. Left-handed shot. He couldn't get it off from the other side. We got an elbowing call. It's against Pope John. And so Lenape will take over. Continue with the roster really quick. No, let's hold off on that. There's number 18, pass up the field. Number 84 just out of his reach. Zach Cash after it. Cash picks it up. He'll take it on the far sideline. Sends it back into Lenape territory. Up to Leonard. Steve Leonard with it. Leonard racing up the right side. He's got DiArco with him. Sal DiArco coming in all alone. The shot. Saved by the Lenape netminder. Now DiArco is closest to it, so they'll maintain. Good right leg save by the Lacrosse goalie. You know, you watch hockey for so many years and you see those big, almost like pillow-like goalie pads and all the equipment that goalies wear. And then you look at the Lacrosse goalies, they got nothing on. They got their regular uniforms on, and you almost wonder how they're able to do it. But very brave. Here's Leonard in the middle. Ball's knocked towards the crease area. We'll see who comes out with it. It's still in the air. And it goes over to Lenape Valley. Now it's passed out, down the field and into Pope John territory. Number 91 looking to pick it up. And he does, being defended by Clifford. 91 still has it. 91 looking to fire. He's looking to set up there. The shot high over the crossbar and out of play. Lenape Valley closest, so they'll maintain possession. You could see 91 was all fired up to try and get a good shot off there. Wanting to get Lenape on the board, but nothing doing. As it remains 12-0, Pope John. It's number 49. It's loose. Bronco trying to scoop it up. Still on the turf. Two Lenape players around there. And there is Clifford. Clifford's able to get it. So Connor Clifford trying to come back into the Lenape territory. He'll cross over and gives it to DiArco. Sal DiArco up the middle of the field. Loses possession, but it goes over to Gervaldo, with Gervaldo's shot coming with the whistle. And so that'll stop play. Let's pick up the roster real quick. We had Connor Clifford, number 7, Dante Lamb, number 23, Emilio Barranco, 33, Evan Wanamaker, 1, Frankie Spagnola, 8, Johnny Pippin, 39, Hayden Marshall, 35, Jack Seeger, number 3, Johnny Krenga, number 40, Justin Barella, 10, Kellen Nelson, 22, Matt Riley, number 12, Mike Formasano, number 2. Michael Morelli, number 45, the goalkeeper for Pope John. 41 is Nick Boyanowski. 42, Ronnie Ziegler. 25, Ryder Gervald. And that's who has the ball right now. So we'll stop the roster until we get a slowdown. Here's DiArco back to Gervald. Gervald will pass it in to Clifford. Clifford on the left side. The shot, he scores! Clifford able to find an opening in the left side of the net. Past the goalkeeper, number 62 for Lenape. And so now Baker's dozen for Pope John. It's 13-0. All right, picking up the rest of the roster. Sal DiArco, number 5. Steve Leonard, 20. Ty Plotz, 44. Victor Fiore, 4. Zachary Cash, number 6. The head coach of Pope John is Christian Vosa. Coaching staff, Chris Hoffman, Chuck Gervald, Matt Emmering. And the program coordinator is Beatrice Pippa. So Lenape Valley starting up. That's number 77 with possession. Into Pope John territory now. Now around top of the goal, the shot, he scores. So, number 63. And you can hear the Lenape contingent. They know what's just happened. They broke the shutout of Michael Morelli. So, big goal for Lenape, and they're able to make it 13-1. Yeah, we've noted that. So, Lenape gets back into the game, making it 13-1. Number 77 looks to move it up the field. Now on the right side, up to the middle. Crossing the back by Johnny Pippin. And so he gets the flag on that, obviously. And that'll be a penalty against Pope John. 13-1, Pope John leads here in the fourth quarter. Wholesale substitutions for the Lions. And that's it. That's the whistle. The pride is spoken. The Pope John Lions defeat the Lenape Valley Patriots 13-1. So Morelli was just seconds away from that shutout, but Lenape able to get a little solace today in getting on the scoreboard. But for Pope John, they moved to 5-0 on the season, and now they'll get set to take on the Del Barton Green Wave in their next home game That'll be Wednesday, May 3rd at 4 p.m. Please join us for that. So, for everyone here at Pope John High School, it's Mike Formisano saying thanks for joining us. Final score, once again, Pope John Lions 13, Lenape Valley Patriots 1. Have a good afternoon, everyone. We will see you in a few weeks.